Hi everyone, it's Mike.
And Ravin.
And we're about to play Mission 10, the Unstoppable Juggernaut from X-Men Resistance Marvel Zombies. And we wanted to do we skipped ahead a little bit because we wanted to try the Juggernaut zombie character. And Raven's just going to read the story for this one.
What's worse than the Juggernaut when he decides to go on a rampage? A zombie Juggernaut with an insatiable hunger for flesh. And we thought the Sentinels were bad. Speaking of them, though, we might just be able to use some of their parts to end this threat. We just have to first find an adequate power supply and someone with the right technical expertise. So the objectives are, accomplish these objectives in any order, take the blue and green objectives, rescue Boulevard Trask, then eliminate Juggernaut permanently using the Sentinel hand. The special setup is place the blue and green objectives randomly among the red objectives face down.
So we did that already. I think there's 5 of them. They're all in the house too, in the X Mansion.
Before placing regular bystander cards, shuffle the Boulevard Trask bystander card with another random bystander card and place them face down in the zones featuring the bystander symbol on tiles 16R and 18R.
So there's he's either on that zone or that zone. So we shuffled those up. And then the rest of the bystanders we did randomly too.
Place Juggernaut in the indicated zone with his zombie hero card face up next to the board.
That's done too.
And the green spawn point is only used in games with 5 or 6 superheroes. It is active from the start of the game.
Okay.
The special rules are Juggernaut can only be eliminated with the Sentinel hand. See, give me a hand special rule below. We'll get to that in a sec. Each time Juggernaut would be eliminated, lay down his game piece instead. At the end of the next enemy phase, Juggernaut stands back up.
So it's kind of like the Hulk one we did before. When we faced the Hulk and you had to beat him and then he can get knocked down and come back up.
Right. The Sentinel hand begins spent and cannot be used until it is charged. And each red objective gives 5 XP to the superhero who takes it. The blue and green objectives give 5 XP to all superheroes when taken. Keep them next to the dashboard of the superhero who took them. When the superheroes in possession of the blue and green objectives, as well as Boulevard Trask, are in the same zone as the Sentinel hand, it becomes charged. Flip its token. From then on, a superhero leaving the Sentinel's hand zone can spend 1 extra action to move it along with them.
Cool.
A superhero in the Sentinel hand zone may then spend 1 action at range 0 to 1 to Juggernaut to eliminate him permanently. And never draw spawn cards for the blue spawn point. Instead, spawn 3 walkers on it every phase.
So So there's no downstairs. That's to represent the zombies coming from the basement.
Right.
So it's only free. What did you say? Free walkers?
Yes.
Okay. So we got to get the objectives and Trask to flip that over and then target Juggernaut. Was it to kill him?
Right.
Okay. So we'll figure out who's going first, and then we'll start the game. So we're trying to figure out if we're going to go look for Trask first or get the objectives. I think we're going to go into the building first. I don't want to split up too because Juggernaut can get tough too, and then we're outside with spawn. So we'll all work as a team and go into the building.
Absolutely.
And we're actually using Nana this time too because you can use the Sentinel as a character too. So we're trying that out too. So I'm going to activate Dark Phoenix first. Her power goes up to 1. Her blue ability is, once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to have yourself or another superhero within range 1 perform 1 free move action.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to spend 1 action to open the door. Hulk was just on top of it. We got a pretty big team. Everyone can't fit in the zone.
Right.
So now we'll spawn in that building because there's doors closed in there. So we're just spawning in this room. So is Nana covering one? Yeah, there's one right by Nana and there's one on top of the stairs. So we'll spawn for those. So the one right by Nana there.
2 walkers.
And then the one up the stairs.
All brutes, but we don't have any brutes on the table.
Okay, this still works. And we'll flip over the bystander.
Happy Hogan. When performing ranged attacks, you may spend 1 power to gain +1 range.
Oh, we're just talking about our whole team is all ranged except Hulk. Everyone else has range this fight?
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll get Happy Hogan. So Dark Phoenix is going to spend her next action to go into the X Mansion, and she's going to spend 1 power to have yourself or another superhero within range 1 perform 1. Oh, so I can move myself for free too. I'm going to move in there, and I'm going to bring Hulk with me. And then for my last action, I'm going to do Psychic Bolts in that zone next to me to try to target those 2 walkers. So it's 2 dice hitting on the 3. Got 1. So Hulk's going to go now. Power's up at 1. He's going to move into the zone with the walker and try to attack it. And his blue ability is you have 5 health. Enemies suffer -1 toughness, minimum of 1 against your smash attack, which is his normal one.
Nice.
So he gets 3 dice hitting on a 4. Got it. And for his last action, I just moved up a zone. Because the stairs, because there's no up or down, in this floor, it's just 1 floor. You have to go around the stairs.
Right.
Nana's going to go now. Nana has Protective's Protocol for the blue ability. You have 5 health. When enemies move into an adjacent zone containing a superhero, you may spend 1 power to move into that zone, ignoring enemies.
Nice.
So Nana just moved into the Mansion 2. And we can't move the hand yet. You have to have the objectives and tasks before you even can start moving the hand.
Right.
So that's my team.
So I activated Crossbones. His power went up to 1. His blue ability is when you attack with Grenade Launcher, you may replace your base dice with 1 dice for each enemy in the targeted zone before any bonuses, ignoring zombie heroes for this attack.
Oh, he has like Thunderclap for his blue ability. Holy cow.
Yeah.
Cool.
It doesn't do zombie heroes, but it still does everything.
Yeah.
So
because Grenade Launchers is blue ability is blue
his
normal
regular attack. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So awesome. So that's him. He's done. Next, I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 1. His blue ability is when attacking with Armory, which is his regular attack. For each roll of 6, roll 1 additional die. These dice may generate additional dice.
Oh, cool.
So I'm going to use his 3 actions to move him with Nana. And then I'm going to activate Hawkeye. His power goes up to 1. His blue ability is when you attack with arrows, which is his regular attack, you may spend 1 power to gain +1 range and ignore target priority.
Cool.
And his range is already 0 to 2.
Oh, he can shoot 2.
Yeah,
nice.
but he has 1 dice and hits on 2s.
Oh, okay, so he's pretty good. Yeah.
So I'm going to move him into the building with Hulk and Crossbones. And then he's done.
So nothing's on the board. Happy Hogan will move into a zone with superheroes. So he'll move to Hulk zones with Crossbones and Hawkeye because there's more there.
Okay.
And then we'll move Juggernaut up and then do spawning. We'll do number 1 in green first.
2 runners.
Green.
Hidden bystander. Spawn 1 bystander. Ignore any too late card. Then draw another spawn card for this zone. Hidden bystanders and enemies ignore each other. Roll a die after each of its activations. On a 5+, the bystander is no longer hidden.
Okay, so what's bystander?
Khazar.
Okay.
Once during each enemy phase, if enemies move into your zone, you may spend 1 power to perform 1 melee attack. So.
And you have to spawn another in that zone too?
Walker Rush, 2.
And then from that zone over there.
1 brute.
Okay.
And then we got to put 3 in the 3 walkers in the blue.
Yep, on the elevator.
Yeah.
So we'll put those on the board, and then it will be your turn.
So I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 2. For his first action, he's going to open the door that's in front of him.
So we'll spawn in there and then see what the bystander is.
One runner.
And what's the bystander?
Dum Dum Dugan. Each time you power up, one other superhero within range 1 gains 1 power.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So for his second action, he is going to shoot at that runner. So, because he has 0 to 1 range, it's 2 dice, and it hits on 3s. Awesome. For his last action, he's going to move into the room with Dum Dum Dugan. Next, I'm going to activate Crossbones. His power goes up to 2. He's going to open that door that's in front of him.
Bystander.
Amanda Sefton. If enemies spawn within range 1 before any rush, you may spend 1 power to move 1 zone, ignoring enemies.
Cool. So now that we opened that door, there is a window there. So now that those runners might come to go to that, that's the quickest way to get there because they can break through windows too?
Right.
Okay. And you moved in there with Sefton for your second action?
Yep. For his third action, he's going to open that other door that's in front of him.
And there's only... Oh, there's a block there. So there's a bystander and a spawn. So what spawns there?
Walker Rush, 3.
So they'll be free in his zone. Bystander.
William Stryker. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to select a zone within range 1, move any bystander and superhero from that zone into your zone, ignoring enemies.
Cool.
So I'm going to activate Hawkeye now. His power goes up to 2. He is going to shoot at those walkers that are in the zone with crossbows. So it's 1 dice for his arrows. He's going to use his 2 power to get 2 more dice. And he hits on 2s.
And his blue ability is what again?
When you attack with arrows, you may spend 1 power to gain +1 range and ignore target priority.
Okay, so you can go 0 to 3. That's pretty good.
Yeah. So it hits on 2s. Awesome. Happy Hogan is in the zone with Hawkeye, but his thing is when performing ranged attacks, you may spend a power to gain +1 range, which is basically his blue ability. So I'm not going to pick up Happy Hogan. Now, because, well, you still have to go. So I think I'm going to move into the zone with Crossbones for my second action. And then I'm going to pick up a heroic trait. So let's see what he gets. Oh, ambush. Spawn 1 walker in your zone, then draw another trait card.
So let's draw the trait card.
Power up. Discard during your turn. Perform 1 free power up action.
Okay. Hulk's going to go. Powers up 2. He's going to go into the zone where that walker just surprised you guys with ambush, and I'm going to try to attack it.
Okay.
So I'm not going to use any power, so I'm just going to use 3 dice hitting on 4s. Good. And for his last action, I'm going to rescue Amanda Sefton. So my power will go up to 4. Dark Phoenix is going to go. Her power goes up to 1. She's going to spend 2 actions to go where Happy Hogan is, and then she's going to rescue Happy Hogan. So her power will go up to 4. Actually, because no one would have been in range for it, she would have moved over 1. I would have used my 1 power to do telekinesis on myself, so I forgot you can spend 1 power to have yourself or another superhero. So she would have spent the power to go where Hogan was. And then she would have rescued Happy Hogan. So then I have 1 more action left. So she's going to go into the zone where the rest of the group is. Nana's going to go. Power's at 2. I'm going to spend an action to go into the zone with Happy Hogan and War Machine. And then I'm going to open the door. So there's only 1 spawn point in that big zone behind the table there. So I'll spawn for that one. And then we'll see the bystander.
Brute Rush.
No one's in yellow. So now Nana's... When enemies move into an adjacent zone containing a superhero, you can spend 1 power to move into that zone. So it's moving into our zone, not to adjacent zone. So I can't do anything with that blue ability.
Right.
And then the bystander. Oh, no. Okay, so that's...
Gotta draw a spawn card for the zone. Too late. 1 runner.
For Nana's last action, I'm going to shoot energy beams. It's 0 to 1, 2 dice hitting on a free. And I'm going to spend 1 power just in case I don't want that runner coming to give us a wound. So 3 dice hitting on a free. Got it. So that's our team. So we'll move everything up and then do spawning. So we moved everything up. They're going to try to come through the window with Juggernaut. Now we got to roll to see if Kazara is still hidden. And I forget if it's a 5+, he's revealed. So he's still hidden. Now we'll do spawning. After he moves. So he's going to move towards the closest hero too. So the first 2 spawns.
Walker Rush. And Brute Rush.
We don't have anybody that triggers with rushes or anything. Nope. Okay. So then the red over there.
3 walkers.
And then there'll be
3
free. Yeah. So we'll have to watch that doesn't get crowded or a bunch in there too before we open the door.
Double activations.
Yeah. And then it will be my turn after we put them on the board. Nana's going to go. Power's up at 2 now. I'm going to try to shoot at that brute in front of me. And I'm going to use 2 power. So 4 dice hitting on a free. And I need 2. Now, even if you re-roll that dice, it's not going to make a difference.
Nope.
So for the second action, I'm going to try to attack again. So now it's 2 dice hitting on a free. Third, going to try again. There we go. Hulk's going to go. I was thinking about breaking the window, but I'll wait for them to break it and come in. So I'm going to spend 2 actions to go where the objective is. His power is already at 4 for getting Sefton, so he doesn't have to power up. And then I'm going to see what objective that is. Oh, nice. It's a blue one, so everybody gets 5 XP.
Awesome.
And because there's a window there, I don't want to be near there if there's double spawns or rushes. I'm going to spend my last action now that I'm in yellow to move back up.
Okay.
So thinking about going where Hulk was and opening the door, but I don't want that elevator zone that the doors are closed to get overcrowded.
All right.
So I'm going to move Dark Phoenix over 1 and then open the door for 2. So they'll do the spawn right in front of the door first.
4 walkers.
We're in yellow
right.
now, so 6.
6, yep.
And then the other spawn over on that side.
1 superhero. Sorry, 1 zombie hero.
Who's showing up?
Electra. If there are any wounded superheroes within range 2 when she activates, she performs +1 action.
Oh, cool.
Ooh.
So we'll put those in there. Keep forgetting that she can spend the power to move. So I would have spent the power to move over there for free.
All right.
So she moved over for free with her 1 power. So she has, and she opened the door. So she has 2 more actions left. So for her second action, I'm going to shoot into that zone that just opened with a bunch of walkers there. So she has 2 dice normally, and I'm going to spend her rest of her free power for 3 more dice. Hitting on a 3. Nice. So now that I'm in yellow, I got 2 more actions. So for my next action, I'm going to attack again in that zone. 2 dice hitting on a 3. Nice. And for her last action, she's going to try it 1 more time. Nice. So you moved War Machine over 2.
Yep, his power went up to 3 at the beginning of his turn.
So we'll pick up that objective.
Just a red, so he gets 5.
And for your last action, you moved up.
Because now he's in yellow.
Nice.
So I activated Hawkeye. His power went up to 1. He moved into the next zone for his first action. Second action, he opened that door. So
and then we realized there's a door in the back there we put 2.
Right.
But we got to spawn there. Another rush, 6.
So now Hawkeye is going to use his heroic ability card Discard during your turn, perform 1 free power-up action. So he's going to do that. So his power is now at 3. Then for his third action, he's going to shoot into that zone with all those walkers. So he gets 1 dice normally, and then he's going to use 3 of his power to get 3 more dice, and he hits on 2s.
Nice.
All of them. So for his last action, he's going to take 1 last shot in at those walkers. It's 1 dice, hits on 2s. So I activated Crossbones. His power went up to 3. He moved into the zone with Phoenix, because we're going to try to keep 2 together.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
Because they're coming in that window too. So
Right. So then he's going to draw a heroic trait. Mighty. Discard before attacking and spend 1 power, roll plus 3 dice.
Nice.
Yeah. And then for his last action, he's going to power up.
Okay. And that's everybody. So you're going first next turn.
I am.
But we'll do the moving. They're going to break through that window. And then we'll see if Khazar gets still hidden. And then we'll do spawning. So we forgot to get the bystander too. Everything moved up. So we'll see what bystander that is.
Ben Urich. Each time enemies move into a zone with a bystander or another superhero, you may spend 1 power to perform 1 free move action.
Okay. Oh, I'm seeing that now too. They would have been in the elevator, so they would have moved into Ben's zone, not into the next zone. Also, Electra wouldn't have been there because she would have spent 1 action to go there. Ben would have been already been there, and she's going to devour Ben, unfortunately. He's not a fighting one, so he doesn't get a 5-up save for it. So we would have lost that bystander. So everybody loses. I got to double check. I think it's 1 power and 1 trait. So yeah, we all lost 1 power if we had it, and we lost a heroic trait if we had 1.
Right.
And now we got to see if Khazar is revealed. Nope. Now we'll do spawning. After Khazar moves towards the closest hero, which is, let's see what's the closest pass. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. Nope, he has to go towards the window. That's the closest way. That same zone too. I think that happened to Khazar last time. He was hidden in the same map too. So from the first 2 here.
Another hidden bystander.
Okay, who is it?
Abigail Brand. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to automatically eliminate 1 walker or runner within range 1.
Cool. And then, so the spawn from there.
3 runners.
And then from the green. Oh.
We're in yellow.
Okay, so we'll do that too. After we figure stuff out. Okay, we'll do the red too.
3 roots. And then we got to put 3 walkers on the blue.
Yep. Electra came into our zone. Juggernaut moved over and hit Hulk because it was equal distance, so we figured when we can choose, we'll bring him towards Hulk instead. So he took 1 wound. Now we got to watch Electra because now there's a wounded hero within range 2 of her that she gets another action too.
Right.
Everything spawned up, and then it will be your turn.
So I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 3. For his first action, he's going to open the door that's just behind him.
And there's only 1 spawn there?
Yeah, it's a bigger room.
Yep. So it's only... And that's a different one. Okay, so we'll do the spawn and then the bystander. Oh, no.
That's not good.
Okay, so let's see what the bystander is, too. And then we'll do the extra activation runners. Oh, she's new.
Maria Hill. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to automatically eliminate 1 brute in range 1.
That's pretty good.
Yeah.
And it's a fighting. So we'll grab that. So Hill showed up, and now we got to do the extra activation runners. This is going to suck. So in that zone, Phoenix would take 1 and Crossbow will take 1. Crossbones. This zone, there's only 1. 2 hits.
Hawkeye can take 1.
And then Hulk will take another 1. So he's at 3 wounds. And then those runners would have spent an action to break the window and then another one to come in. So that sucked.
Yep.
And then you still have 2 more. No, is he in yellow?
Yep.
3 more activations. You said you're gonna go try that objective?
Let's go see. 1, 2, and
Oh, awesome.
fantastic.
So everybody gets 5 XP. So now we know we don't have to go into the back or that zone.
Thankfully.
Yeah, but now we got to go back out to find which side Trask is on, that side or that side.
Right.
And War Machine's done, you said? So you got 2 more.
So I'm going to activate Crossbones now. His power goes up to 4. He is going to attack Electra in that zone. So he gets 2 dice for his grenade launcher. And I'm going to use all my power, so I'm going to get 4 more dice. And he hits on 4s.
And you're not using your blue ability, right?
No, because it ignores zombie heroes.
Okay.
So
hits on 4s, you said?
yes.
Nothing. Oh, well.
That sucks.
Okay.
So for his second and third action, he powered up. So for his last action, he's going to attack again. So I'm going to use all that power I just got, which was 4. And then 2 dice for grenade launcher. And it hits on 4s. Let's hope. Only need 3 of them. No.
Nope. Oh, yeah. See when he has toughness 3, right? Yeah. No, you don't get it.
Boo.
Okay. So he's done?
Good try, though. So I'm going to activate Hawkeye. His power goes up to 1. He's going to attack in his zone. And he's going to use his 1 power to do his blue ability. When you attack with arrows, you may spend 1 power to gain +1 range and ignore target priority. So he's going to attempt to shoot the runner that's in his zone. Hits on 2s.
Got it. Nice.
So he got into orange now, and his orange ability is once during your turn after attacking with arrows, you may perform 1 free arrows attack on the same zone or a zone adjacent to it, respecting the attack's range.
Cool. So you can attack the zones with the runners in it now.
So he's going to use his 1 more dice to shoot at those runners. Hits on 2s.
Okay.
So for my second action, I powered up. And for my third action, I'm going to attack the zone that has the runners in it. So I'm going to have my 1 dice, and then I'm going to spend my power. So 2 more. And it hits on 2s.
Nice.
So for his last action, he's going to get a trait. Dash. Discard when moving. Spend any amount of power to move that many additional zones.
But it doesn't ignore enemies. Okay,
Nope.
So you have to have clear plus. Okay. Now it's going to activate. Power us up at 1. I'm going to spend 1 action to rescue Dum Dum Dugan. So power is now at 4. So Nana moved out by the stairs. And for the last action, I'm going to attack into the elevator. And I'm going to use 2 power. So 4 dice hitting on a 3. Actually, how many are in there? There's 3 in the elevator.
Yes.
I'll use free power. So 5 dice hitting on 3s. Got the bone.
Ooh.
Phoenix is going to go. Power goes up to 1. Her first action, she's going to power up, so she's at free power. Her second action, she's going to attack in that zone and use free power plus her 2 dice. So 5 dice hitting on a 3. Trying to attack Electra. And the runner if I have enough power to go through. Yep. 3 to Electra, 1 to the runner. So I cleared the zone.
Awesome.
So her orange is pretty good. Limitless power. Once during your turn, you or another superhero within range 1 may increase their power to 4.
Nice.
Yeah. So I'm going to use her limitless power now. Once during my turn, I'm going to increase her power up to 4.
Nice.
She still has 2 more actions. I'm going to spend 1 of my power and do a free move into the zone where the window, in front of the window.
Okay.
For her third action, I'm going to attack outside of that window because it's open now and use my free power plus 2 dice to attack that zone. 5 dice hit it on a 3. I killed both brutes in that zone. For her last action, she moved to where Juggernaut is. Because I forgot Juggernaut's, we're in orange now. He's a toughness 6.
Yeah.
And we got our objective, so I moved back. I'm going to go where Crossbones is because we should try to get out this way.
Sounds good.
And try to figure out where Trask is. So, but now it's Hulk, and we'll see if I can beat toughness 6 Juggernaut. So Hulk's power would go up, so he's at 4. And I'm going to try to attack that zone and use all my power. Oh, wait, before I do that, actually, because I have 4 actions. First thing I'm going to do is get a heroic trait, because maybe I'll find something that might help.
That'd be good.
And you can only do it once anyway, so what do we get?
Tenacious. Discard after attacking, re-roll any dice.
Yeah, see? That's why it's better. So now I'm going to attack that zone. I think that's a zombie one. Because the zombie one, you got to re-roll dice if there was a hero in your zone, remember?
Yeah.
This one doesn't.
Okay. That was the zombie one.
Yeah. But he's -1 toughness, so he's toughness 5 now. And 4 dice for my power, 3 for smash. So, 7 dice. Need a 4. Ooh, that's a bad roll.
Ooh, that was bad.
So, I'll use Tenacious now. Discard after attacking, reroll any dice. So, I rerolled the 6 that missed. Okay, I need 4s.
Yeah, because it hits on 4s, right?
Yeah, but I need 5 of them.
Oh, boo, right. Okay.
So, close. But no, we didn't get it. For my third action, I'm going to power up to go to 2. And for my fourth action, I'm going to try it, use that 2 power, plus it's 3 dice for smash, and I need all 5. Does it say once per turn they're -1? No, it's all the time. I got to get all these 5 dice to hit. So, 5 dice, needing 4s. Oh, close. But Hulk's done. So that's everyone. So we'll do the zombie phase. Juggernaut's going to hit us twice. So again, Hulk will take 1.
And then
Hawkeye will take 1.
So Hawkeye's at 1.
And Hulk's at 2. And then we'll move everything else up. And the Walker is going to go 2. And we'll get the Walker to hit Stryker. So he will get devoured. So everyone will lose 1 power and a heroic trait if they have 1. So everything moved. Now we got to see if the hidden bystanders are still hidden. So let's do Abigail first. Oops, he's revealed. And Kazar.
Oh,
they're both revealed. Too. Okay. So they're revealed, and then Hill up there would move too. So they'll move, but now they're revealed. So from number 1 in the green.
Superhero?
Who's showing up?
Dr. Doom.
Oh, no.
When he spawns, draw 1 additional spawn card for his zone. Any enemy spawned immediately perform 1 action.
Okay, so he spawned. We have to draw another spawn card for that zone. Oh, we forgot to take that out. We can't, because that's why some people actually bought 2 boxes of the Sentinels, so you can play missions with Nana or have 6 Sentinels on the board.
Oh, wow. Okay.
But we don't have enough Sentinels. Oh, we have Nana on there. Let's see. What's it? Because we're in...
Place only 1 Sentinel in this zone. We're in orange.
Oh, we are in orange. So how it works with Sentinels, we'll tell you how it works, but we don't have enough to do it.
Yeah.
You would place 1 in one zone, and then because there's 3, so then the next one would happen to be that one, and then the next zone would be there. They don't all spawn in the same zone.
Which is good.
Yeah.
And then you draw combat protocol for each Sentinel.
Okay. So if we had another box of Sentinels, we would, but we don't have enough Sentinels to put on the board.
All right.
So we'll draw another one. It's funny, Dr. Doom has Sentinels.
Oh, brutes.
Okay.
So we have a few there, but they're not in any
So what's
zones.
Doom's card say again?
When he spawns, draw 1 additional spawn card for his zone. Any enemy spawned immediately perform 1 action.
So no one spawned, so they won't do an action, but Overdrive will kick in.
Yeah.
What's it say?
Move all brutes up to 2 zones if possible. Any superheroes in a zone they enter lose all their power.
Okay, so we'll do that now. So brutes moved up. 1 went into Nana's zone. Nana had no power, so didn't lose any.
Right.
And Doom's there. So for the green spawn now. Oh, man. Okay.
Gambit.
What's he do?
Can attack from 2 zones away. Any superheroes in the zone he attacked are moved into the adjacent zone with the most enemies.
Oh, nice. That sucks for us. Now from the red.
8 Walker... or an orange. 10 Walker Rush.
Okay. And then...
3 in the...
Yeah, it's the same amount no matter what danger level you're at.
Right.
So we'll put those on the board, and then it will be my turn. So Nana's going to go. Powers up at 1. First action, Nana's going to power up. So power's at 3 now. And because of it's Dum Dum Dugan, each time you power up, one other superhero within range 1 gains 1 power. Nice. So I'm going to give a power to Dark Phoenix.
Cool.
Oh, and it's each time. So if I do it again, it's not once per turn. That's cool.
Yeah.
So for Nana's second action, I'm going to attack. There's more in there.
Yeah, and then there's a brute.
Yeah, I'm going to attack the elevator first.
All right.
So 2 dice for energy beam, 3 for power. So 5 dice total. Hitting on a 3. So only 1. For his third action, he's going to power up again. So powers up at 2. Phoenix would also get a power. And for fourth action, I'm going to attack in my zone against the brute. So 2 dice for power, 2 for energy beam, hitting on a 3. There we go. So the brute's dead. Dark Phoenix is going to go. Power is now at 3. For my first action, I'm going to attack the zone that's next to me. I'm going to use 3 power plus her 2 dice to attack that zone. Hitting on a 3. I'm going to use Limitless Power. Once during your turn, you or another superhero within range 1 may increase their power to 4. So she's going to increase her power to 4. For her, and that doesn't cost action. For her second action, she's going to attack that zone again. Use 4 power plus her 2, so 6 total, hitting on a 3. For her third action, she moved where Nana is, and kind of hidden behind them both. But for her last action, she's going to attack the zone with the elevator. So it's 2 dice hitting on a 3. Hulk used 3 actions to get out of the zone of Juggernaut because I don't think I can get him. His power is at 1 now. For his last action, I'm going to try to attack that Walker. So 3 dice hitting on a 4. And that's my team, so it's over the years.
I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 3. He's going to rescue Maria Hill for his first action. He's going to move down this way for 2 actions. So 1, 2. So the next thing he's going to do is he's going to use Maria Hill's ability. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to automatically eliminate 1 brute within range 1. So his power is going to go down to 3. And we're going to get rid of one of these. So for his last action, he's going to attack those brutes. So he gets 2 dice for armory. And I'm going to use up his 3 power to get 3 more dice. And he hits on 3s. And if I get any 6s, it generates more dice. I got 1 6.
So you killed 2 brutes. Nice, that worked. That extra 6 helped. So you got into orange now. What's that do?
It's when attacking with armory, you may replace your base dice with 1 die for each enemy in the zone before any bonuses, ignoring zombie heroes for this attack. So it's like Crossbones Blue ability. So he's done. So I activated Hawkeye. His power went up to 1. I used 3 actions to move out of the zone with Juggernaut, and now I'm going to try to take a shot at that walker, and I'm going to use my blue ability to ignore target priority when shooting in that zone, so I'm going to use 1 power to do that. So I have 1 dice, and it hits on 2s. Nope, I missed it.
So you could attack the same zone, but you don't have enough power, and you can only do that. You can only do your blue ability once, right?
No, it says when attacking with arrows.
Oh, okay.
But
So
I can only do my orange ability once per turn.
Yeah, you could have attacked again, and if you had another power, you could have tried that shot again, but you don't have any powers, so.
Right. So Hawkeye's done. So now I'm going to activate Crossbones. His power went up to 1. For his first action, he moved into the zone with Nana and Phoenix. And for his second action, he's going to shoot at the zone with those walkers. So for that attack, I'm going to use my blue ability, which was when you attack with Grenade Launcher, you may replace your base dice with 1 die for each enemy in the targeted zone before any bonuses, ignoring zombie heroes for this attack. So I would then have 4 dice. And it hits on 4s. Got 2. For his third action, I'm going to attack again, but this time I'm going to use his regular 2 dice for the grenade launcher, and I'm going to use 1 dice for my power, and it hits on 4s. Got 1 more. So for his last action, he's going to take 1 last shot. 2 dice, hits on 4s. Nope.
So we'll move everything up, and then we'll do spawning. So Juggernaut would have moved into our zone, and for his next action, we'll just target Khazar. So everyone would lose a power and a trait.
Okay.
Gambit activated and went through the window, then devoured Abigail Brand. Everyone would have lost a trait and a power. So we're all at no traits, no power now.
Right.
So now for spawning on that side.
All brutes.
And we got rid of them.
We did.
Oh, that came in handy. Okay. From the green.
3 runners.
From the red.
3 brutes.
And that's after the extra activation, so those ones won't go.
Right.
And then the elevator would get 3.
Yep.
So we'll put those on the board, and then it's your turn.
So I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 1. For his first action, he's going to attack that zone with those walkers, and he's going to use his orange ability, which is when attacking with armory, you may replace your base dice with 1 die for each enemy in the zone before any bonuses, ignoring zombie heroes for this attack. So there's 3 walkers in that zone, so he's got 3 dice, and he hits on 3s.
So you got 2.
Yep. For his second action, he's going to move into the zone with that walker. And for his third action, he's going to attack out that window into the zone of walkers. And he's going to use his orange ability to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 dice.
And because you're attacking with armory will trigger your blue ability too.
So if it gets 6s, I get more dice.
Yeah, so this attack can get crazy.
Yeah, and it hits on 3s.
So you got how many hits there?
Let's take out the 1s. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
And then you get 3 extra dice with your 6s.
And another 1 because another 6.
Okay. Okay, so 4, 5, 6. Yeah, you killed the whole zone.
Awesome.
Yeah, that attack's pretty crazy. You just Gatling gunned all them. So there's only 1 left. There's only 9 that hit.
Right. So for his last action, I'm going to attack the one that's in my zone. So 2 dice for armory, and I'm going to use my 1 power now to get another dice. So 3 dice, hits on 3s.
Got it.
So I'm activating Hawkeye. His power goes up to 1. He used 3 actions to move out of the zone with Juggernaut and into the hallway. And now he's going to attack. And he's going to use his blue ability to ignore target priority and try to hit that walker that's in the zone with Hulk. So he gets 1 dice, and he hits on 2s. So he missed, and he's done. So I'm going to activate Crossbones now. His power goes up to 1. For his first action, he is going to shoot grenade launcher at those zombies that are in the elevator. And because his blue ability, when you attack with grenade launcher, you may replace your base dice with 1 die for each enemy in the targeted zone before any bonuses, ignoring zombie heroes for this attack. So there are 3 walkers in that zone, so he gets 3 dice, and he hits on 4s. Got 1. So for his second action, he's going to do his regular attack with grenade launcher, so that's 2 dice. He'll use his 1 power to get another dice, and he hits on 4s. Nope. For his third action, he's going to attack again. This time it's just 2 dice, and it hits on 4s. Got it? And for his last action, he moved over. So he's done.
Because he can't go down the stairs?
No. That's my team.
Nana's going to go. Power goes up to 1. I'm going to power up for my first action. So power's at 3. Because of Dum Dum Dugan, Dark Phoenix will gain a power. For my second action, I'm going to attack the zone with the 2 walkers in the elevator. So I'm going to use 3 power plus my 2 for energy beam to hit on 3s. Nana's in orange now, so you may reroll any misses when attacking a zone with zombie heroes. Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to look at the top card of the spawn deck.
That's cool.
Yeah. So for my third action, I'm going to go into the zone where Hawkeye is. And for my last action, I'm going to power up again. So power's at 2. And I'm going to give a power to Hawkeye. And that's Nana's turn. Hulk's going to go. Power goes up to 1. I'm going to spend 3 actions to go to the zone where Nana and Hawkeye are. And for my last action, I'm going to power up. Dark Phoenix is going to go. Power goes up to 2. I'll spend an action to go where Nana and Hawkeye and Hulk are. And I would have spent 1 power when I moved to move Crossbones. Can I give away? Once during your turn, you may spend 1 power to have yourself or another superhero within the range 1 perform 1 free move action. So I would have gave it to Crossbones. And I'll move them in front of the elevator because you don't got to worry about. They're going to come up from there, but they're not going to rush or anything.
Right.
For my second action, I'm going to power up. So I'm at 3 power. For my third action, I'm going to get a heroic trait.
Discard before attacking, gain +1 range.
Okay. And 1 more action. Yeah, I might as well power up to 4. And that's my team. So now it's going to be the enemy phase. So we'll move stuff up, see what happens. So we moved the zombie heroes up. Juggernaut moved into our zone, and Nana took 1 damage from his second action.
Right.
Dr. Doom moved into our zone, and then Gambit moved up 1, but he can't attack from 2 zones away because can't see through the door, through the hallway.
Right.
So for his next action, he'll move forward 1. It's looking pretty bad now. And now we'll do spawning. So from number 1.
8 walkers.
And we have enough.
Oh yeah, we're good.
Green. Zombie hero.
Luke Cage. When he is eliminated, unless a superhero within range 1 spends 1 power, spawn him on the first spawn point during the next end phase.
Oh, okay. All the zombie heroes are coming from that side too.
Yeah.
And from the red.
10 walkers?
Yeah, we have enough. And then 3 walkers would go where the elevator is. So we'll put those on the board. Then it will be my turn. So let's try to get out of this zone now. I don't know what to do with these. Dr. Doom's there and Juggernaut.
Right.
So I'm going to go with Nana first.
Okay.
Power goes up to 3. I'm going to power up just to get to 4, but it's going to activate Dum Dum Dugan. And then Phoenix is at 4, Hulk's at, oh, he will be at 4 when he starts anyway. Who else is in it?
Hawkeye.
And I'll give 1 to Hawkeye then. From Dum Dum Dugan. Okay, for my second action, I'm going to attack that zone.
All right.
I'm going to use 4 power. And I get 2 extra dice for energy beam. And because of advanced scanners, you may reroll any misses when attacking a zone with zombie heroes. And then I'm not going to do once during your turn, you may spend 1 power. I'm not going to do that.
All right.
So 6 dice, I can reroll those because I'm attacking the zone with heroes. Hitting on a 3. For my third action, before I roll the dice, I'll get a heroic trait too, just in case I get something.
Discard when moving. Spend any amount of power to move that many additional zones.
But it doesn't give you slippery, unfortunately.
No.
Okay. Okay, now we'll attack that zone. Being able to reroll. So all the misses, I'll reroll them. That's 2, 3, 4, 5. Juggernaut is at, we are in orange.
Yeah.
So 6. He can be at 7 eventually too. Nothing. But 5, I can, because it is another hero. I can take out Doom though, because Doom is 5. So Dr. Doom's dead.
Awesome.
Well, it's already dead. He's off the board. Hulk's going to go. Power's at 4. Let's try to get Juggernaut. Too bad surprised he doesn't. It would have been nice if he would have re-rolled dice too, like the zombie one.
Mm-hmm.
But 4 dice I'm going to use for power. 3 dice because of smash. Targeting that zone. Juggernaut's at toughness 5 now. Before I roll like the other one, I'm going to get a heroic trait too for my other action.
Inspirational. Discard during your turn and spend 1 power. Another superhero within range 1 may immediately perform 1 free action.
Yeah, okay. I used all my power already. Hits. Oh, too bad he doesn't hit on. That's 1, 2, 3, 4.
4 fours.
And he doesn't reroll. That sucks. And I'm not in orange. Okay, so that doesn't work.
It was close though.
Yeah. So I only have 2 more actions left. I can't leave that zone because there's 2 of them in there. So I just powered up twice and Hulk's done.
All right.
Phoenix is going to go. Power's already at full. I'll do it right this time. I'll get a heroic trait first.
Discard during your turn and spend 1 power. Perform 1 free attack action.
Nice. For my second action, I'm going to attack that zone. I'm going to use 4 power and 2 dice for psychic bolts. I'm not going to use, I have resourceful or determined. I'm not going to use those. So 6 dice, hitting on a 3. Ooh. I can't kill, I have to have every single one of those hit. But then I have limited power, so then I'll try to kill Gambit next turn. This time I'll try to get Juggernaut. Next time I'll try to get Gambit.
All right.
These all have to hit. All 3s. Nothing I can reroll. Nothing. Nope. So that didn't work. I'm going to do limitless power now. Once during your turn, you or another superhero within range 1 may increase power to 4.
Cool.
So power's back at 4. For my third action, let's just try to get Gambit. I'm going to use 4 power and 2 for psychic bolts and target Gambit because it's a ranged attack. So these hit on 3s. Oh man, what that would have killed.
That would have killed Juggernaut.
Oh well.
That's okay.
Gambit's dead. And for her last action, she's going to power up.
So I'm going to activate Hawkeye. His power goes up to 3. And he's going to attempt again to kill that walker that's in our zone. So he's going to use 1 power to use his blue ability. So he ignores target priority. He gets 1 dice for arrows. He's going to use his 2 power to get 2 more dice. And he hits on 2s.
Finally got it.
Yeah. So Hawkeye used the rest of his actions to get out of there and to move in front of the door. So he's done. All right, so I'm going to activate Crossbones now. His power goes up to 1. And he's going to shoot grenade launcher at those walkers behind him. But he's going to use his blue ability to get 3 dice. Because he can replace his base dice with the amount 1 for each enemy in the zone. And he hits on 4s. And he'll use his 1 power to get 1 more dice. So he's got 4 now, and he hits on 4s. Cool.
Got them all, nice.
You may discard a bystander to move all enemies in your zone into an adjacent zone, then perform 1 free action.
That's good. But you don't have a bystander. Okay.
So for his last 3 actions, Crossbones moved down to where Hawkeye is. And he's done. So I'm going to activate War Machine now. His power is going to go up to 1. He's going to attack the walker that is in the zone with him. So 2 dice for armory, 1 dice for his power. And he hits on 3s. Got it? So for his last 3 actions, he moved into the zone with Hawkeye to prepare to get out the door and go to try to finish the rest of this mission. So that's my team.
So do the enemy phase. Juggernaut's going to go. Hits twice. Nana will take 1. So Nana will be at 3. So Nana will actually get hit twice. So everyone on my team is at 2 hit points.
Okay.
Phoenix is red. If she rolls a 3, you come back to life with 1 wound too.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. And if you spend the power, you can re-roll the dice too. So that's cool.
Awesome.
Okay, so Juggernaut's gone, and then we'll move everything else up. So everything moved up. We put the doors down there. I forgot there's doors on the front of the garden there. We just took them from up in the rooms because we're not going back up that way.
Right.
And now we'll do spawning. So from number 1 in the green.
Brute Rush.
We have
3.
enough. Okay, green.
8 walkers. We're good.
Yep. Red.
Another Brute Rush. 4.
Yeah, we have enough. And then 3 in the elevator. And then it will be your turn.
Yep.
Oh, that's everything outside of the building. We gotta get away from Juggernaut. We gotta figure out if Trust's over there, over here. And we gotta go back to the hand, so that's tough.
I agree.
But it'll be your turn next.
So I'm going to activate War Machine. His power goes up to 1. For his first action, he's going to power up. So that would take him to 3. For his second action, he's going to power up again. So now he's at 4. He's going to use 1 of those power to use Marina Hill's ability to automatically eliminate 1 of the brutes within range 1. So get rid of 1 of those. And then for his third action, he's going to try to take out Luke Cage. Hopefully activating his blue ability and rolling some 6s to get additional dice. So 2 dice for armory. And he's going to use his 3 power to get 3 more dice. And he hits on 3s. He got a 6. Didn't work. Because he's got 4 hit points, right? Alright. For his last action, I'm going to get a heroic trait. Discard when enemies move into a zone within range 2 containing a bystander or superhero. Move into that zone, ignoring enemies. I'm going to activate Crossbones now. His power goes up to 1. And for his first action, he's going to power up. So his power will be at 3. And then he's going to shoot out at those brutes and Luke Cage. So he gets 2 dice for grenade launcher and 3 dice for his... I'm going to use 3 dice because I'm going to use the dice he got for his power. And he hits on 4s. For his third action, he's going to power up again. And then for his fourth action, he's going to get a heroic trait. Mighty. Discard before attacking and spend 1 power. Roll plus 3 dice. I'm going to activate Hawkeye now. His power goes up to 1. For his first action, he's going to power up. So that gets his power to 3. For his second action, he's going to get a heroic trait. Determined. Discard during your turn and spend 1 power. Perform 1 free attack action. For his third action, I'm going to power up 1 more time. So I'm at 4. And then for his fourth action, I'm going to attack that zone. So I'm going to use my 4 power and my 1 dice for arrows. And it hits on 2s. So it hits everything. But it'll get Luke Cage, but it won't get a brute because it's 5 dice and I needed 4.
Okay, and if you kill Luke Cage, someone within range 1 has to spend a power to get him off the board?
Yep, so Crossbones had 2 power, so he'll spend 1, and we got him off the board.
So you would have been able to attack that same zone, but you don't have enough dice because it's only 1 dice for the arrow's attack?
Right. So that's Hawkeye. He's done.
So Hulk's going to go. His power is already at full. So he's going to try to attack that zone using his 4 power plus 3 dice to try to target Juggernaut. And I'm going to actually get a heroic trait first, too.
Power up. Discard during your turn. Perform 1 free power up action.
Okay. Moving 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. I can't re-roll anything, unfortunately. Nope. So that doesn't work. So I discarded power up to do a free power up action. I'm going to spend my third action to power up again. And I'm going to try again, attacking 4 dice plus 3 for smash, targeting that zone again for his last action. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, it's hard to get to 6. Nana's going to go. Power goes up to 1. I'm going to power up. So my power is at 3. And I'll give a power to Dark Phoenix. He's going to power up again to get to 4. And give another power to Dark Phoenix.
Nice.
And for his third action, I'm going to attack that zone. And use my power. So actually, I powered up twice. For my third action, I'll get a heroic trait.
Tactical. Discard during your turn and spend 1 power. Select 1 zone within range 2. All enemies in that zone activate and attempt to move towards your zone.
Okay, we want people to... I was hoping for a push or something, too. For my last action, I'm going to spend 4 power plus his 2 dice for energy beam to attack that zone. And I can re-roll any dice because of advanced scanners. I'll roll 5 dice. Hits on 3s, but that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, he's toughness 6. Unless it did make his power go down. His toughness, nope. So he's done. Phoenix is going to go. I have 2 heroic traits already, but I don't need any of them. So my first action is to try to get a new heroic trait.
Okay.
Discarding probably resourceful.
Sounds good. Let's see. Unstoppable. Discard when attacking, spend 1 power. Enemies suffer -1 toughness to a minimum of 1.
That's going to be helpful. Okay. Even if I spend a power and enemies are -1 toughness, Juggernaut will be up 5 toughness instead of 6. And then I'll have 5 dice to try to get it anyway. So I'm either going to have 6 dice hitting on freeze or 5 dice hitting on freeze. Same thing that's going to do it. So for my second action, I'm going to attack in that zone. Use my 4 power plus my 2 psychic bolts to try to hit in that zone. Hitting on freeze. There we go. 3, 6. So you got it. So finally, Juggernaut's dead, but he's not completely dead. He just gets knocked over, and then he gets back up at the end of the enemy phase. For my third action, I'm going to power up to get to 2. And for my fourth action, I'm going to attack in that zone. So 2 dice for my power and 2 dice for psychic bolts. So I hit on freeze, so I kill 2. So we're done. I'll start next turn, but we'll have to move everybody up, and Juggernaut doesn't turn back over until the end of the enemy phase. So there's a runner in our zone. So Dark Phoenix will take a wound, and Hulk will take a wound. So they both have 1 wound left. So we have a big pile in front of the mansion now that we have to get through. And now we'll have to spawn from number 1 and the green.
All walkers?
Okay, so that big pile is going to move into our zone. And this time we'll move up. So, and then that's going to move into that zone. So we'll do that. So there's a lot in our zone now.
Absolutely.
Green. What superhero shows up?
Scarlet Witch. When spawning enemies, consider the highest danger level as 1 level higher.
Okay, so now the next zone that we spawn will be 1 zone higher because he's already on the board. So 8 walkers would show up. We don't have enough.
No.
So walkers would double activate. And then that would kill us.
Yeah.
Even if we didn't have free. Oh, it's because we have 6 left. We would have had exactly enough to put on. It's because of the one that was the double activations. And that would kill us. Even if, how many wounds? No, you guys are at full, but there's a lot of wounds going there.
Absolutely. Yeah. Too many.
So that was tough. I don't know if it would have been different if we would have, like said, start outside first and maybe get
gone and tried to get Trask first,
and then go into the building.
Yeah, I was thinking about that as we were trying to get out. I don't know if it would have helped.
Yeah.
But another tricky one.
Oh, it's the last mission for X-Men Resistance too.
Oh,
right?
Okay, so that makes
mission
sense.
10, yeah. Yeah, and having Juggernaut, we did finally drop him, but we didn't use the Sentinel hand. He's tough.
Yeah, absolutely.
And we had characters that were pretty good to deal with him too, like Hulk too. Not being able to do rerolls was a bad thing too.
Absolutely. So thanks for coming out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.
See ya.